And a very good Thursday morning, everyone, down here in the Odon, that is, in the Tri-State Traffic Show. And again, I've worn the wrong shirt, getting dressed in the dark. I'm blending in with the, not trying to do a green screen on you. I've blended in here with the background, unfortunately. And no, I'm not red. I just washing my hair. So anyway, good morning. Welcome to the Tri-State Traffic Show here for a Thursday. We're up and running now. It is 7:04. Thank you so much for dialing us in. Apologize for yesterday. We're not having a broadcast, but I got called to fill in doing the news updates for MeTV yesterday. So it was kind of a last minute thing. So I didn't have time to kind of just get word out and what have you about the show. So, but we are here today. Yesterday was yesterday, and today is today. It was the end of the baseball season, so both Yankees and Mets are in the playoffs. I think for maybe the first time, both together in quite some time. So Mets actually had a better record than the Yankees. 101 wins, found fantastic. Yankees fell just shy of that, 99 wins, but they are in the playoffs. They get the first round bye, so they will not be in action until sometime early next week. I think it's Tuesday or Wednesday, almost a full week. Mets, they play San Diego in the wild card game. I believe that's the way it goes. We'll take a look. I believe that game starts on Saturday. I think it's Saturday and Sunday. Travel on Monday and then into San Diego on Tuesday. So some good news here for our local baseball teams. But again, just Yankees falling short of that 100 win mark. But now it's all about going for the title. All right, so we are live on Facebook and YouTube here on this October the 6th. We thank you so much for dialing us in. Let me open up. Let's open up the comments section now. And that is ready to go. This half hour is sponsored by the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. CranfordVanillaBeanCreamery.com. 908-272-3000 is the phone number. And again, this morning we have the New Jersey Morning Show on New Jersey. That's the name of the website, on NewJersey.com. So we'll be going to 8:30 here this morning. Have to kind of reset everything and get ready for that. Let's see here now. Things have somehow changed on my end. Present screen. This is different. I guess it's the same. They just changed the verbiage. That's all. There we go. Sharing screen. It used to say share screen, and now it says present. Oh boy. I wonder what that's about. Interesting. I didn't see anything come through in an email saying that they were changing. I know they did do some updates. So but anyway, let's get to the action here this morning. We'll have a check of the weather with Rain Herbert in the Weather Center coming up at 7:15 from our Weather Watchers group. So I want to just thank John for managing that, overseeing all of that, all of his weather watchers and getting the emails and things. It's a lot to take in. So I thank Johnny so much for that. All right, so New Jersey Turnpike here, outside entry at 11. So maybe camera there. Hopefully no one's hurt. 42 northbound at Lower Landing Road. One left lane is shut. 295 north at exit 30 in Lawnside. Shoulder is closed. Eastern Spur, we've got some Eastern Spur, the Turnpike. Let's see here. 130, there's a down utility pole. And more problems on the Turnpike south, north of interchange 2, overturned tractor trailer. Turnpike outer roadway northbound entering at 9. Wow, a lot going on here. So let's go to these cameras. Check this out. The Turnpike this morning, and we will go to 11. bright sunny day out there. No question about that. That's north of 11. Don't see that crash. Okay. So let's go to interchange 9. Let's see if they've got this. Don't. Unless it's this here. Unless it's this ramp here. Let's see. Must be around the corner here. They're saying keep left. I think it's here. It's onto the northbound side. I think it's right in here. See this heavy traffic in here along this side? It's just coming around this helix basically onto Turnpike North out of Plaza. Yeah. So this other camera is actually looking at that ramp. So you want to stay to the left with the right lane shut. Okay. So that's that. Let's go to the maps. And traffic could be it's picked up since yesterday because yesterday was Yom Kippur. So all the schools are back in action today. Folks are back to the normal routine. But again, with this weather forecast, again, got a little preview from Rain just a little while ago that it really looks fantastic for this weekend. And it's also a holiday weekend as well on Monday. So some may be making it a very long weekend, making it a 5-day holiday weekend. 80 busy here with Sun Glare into Rockaway and exits 34, 35, all the way out through 42. Parkway slammed here from 143 up to 151. East on Route 3, a lot of Sun Glare and Route 17. 208, 17, Route 4, 202. So far, so good. 46, some Sun Glare getting into Route 3. Let's go to the Turnpike here. Getting into 14 is busy. East on the Bay Extension at 14 is heavy. And then the Parkway is really slow. 135 on up into 139. Here's the Turnpike. Some of this is the road work here, but, they had said that there was a crash. Back, maybe they had an update there. Let's see. All right, so it's the shoulder is what is out. And now, wow, it's really getting crazy out here. Let's go to the Eastern Spur. I don't think this camera is working, but we'll give it a shot. Nope. Okay. Let's see here. Debris. All right, so let's go back to the Turnpike. Seems to be the hotbed of activity here this morning. And we want to go to the Eastern Spur. Where is it? It's getting to the Lincoln Tunnel. Wow, look at all these birds. Wow. What kind of birds they are. They're pigeons. South, that's getting into the plaza. It must be further to the north. 17E. Let's go down into Greenwich Township. 3. That's whole plaza. That's 2. That's 1. That's South 4. South 4. Okay, so nothing there. Let's close that. The Jersey Transit now, I'm just getting word that is actually back on or close to schedule now with residual delays following earlier disabled train in one of the Hudson River tunnels. That was really messing up the early portion of the commute. Let's go to, let's see if there's any delays on that turnpike. No, it's 295 issue here. 30, which I want to go here now. 7:14 is our time. We'll get to rain in the weather center in just a brief moment. Let's do this here. Looks like it's going south. This is it. Ooh, that's ugly right there. That's going north. Okay, they're trying to find it too. It must. And if I think if they were to turn this camera around, which I think they did, I think it's right in this kind of blind zone here that you can't see anything. But you can see. Look at the traffic here. The Aljo Wall. Wow, it's going the other way. Euro 168 is just a parking lot going north. Let's go back to the home page. Let's dial in the interstates and wow, look at this. From 26 to 34, it's just taking 9 minutes, taking 40. It's over a half an hour to 40 minutes worth of a delay there. That you got to get away from. Unfortunately, there's not, I mean, you could go for the turnpike if you have to go further north, but just be aware you're not going to be able to exit off locally here in Haddonfield. So that's a major problemo. North on 42 is heavy into 55 busy there. That's normal. But yeah, so that is a real problem on 295 there. Getting up into just past Route 30 and exit 30 to look out for. Parkway through the shore communities is great. Turnpike 78 is fine. So New Jersey's faring for the most part fairly nicely. I can say fair many more times in the same sentence. Let's go to rain now in the weather center, and let's check out what we have in store and see if we're in for any more rain. Hopefully not. It's been just miserable around these parts for the last 4 or 5 days. Good morning, Rain.
Good morning, Don. Headlines for today are rain is finally over. It's been raining a lot for the past couple days, feeling those remnants of Hurricane Ian, but it's finally over, thank goodness. And our temperatures are starting to warm up, making for a really beautiful week ahead. For our commute forecast, some foggy conditions this morning, so do just be aware of that and be careful when you're driving. But as we move into the afternoon and evening, looking like the skies will be clear, nothing too crazy happening this evening. For today's highs, much warmer as we can see already than the past couple days where we've had highs only in the 50s. Very chilly when it's been raining, but now it's starting to warm up. 74 in Sussex, Piscataway, and Trenton, and Millville as well. 72 up in Milford, 71 in Islip, and 73 in New York and in the White Plains. Tonight's lows, chills down a little bit, but still relatively higher than we have been seeing for these past couple days. 53 in Piscataway and Trenton, 56 in New York, and 57 in Islip and Milford. Looking at our future cast, for the remainder of today, hardly a cloud in the sky, really beautiful day today, so make sure to get outside and enjoy it while you can. And as we move into Friday, some passing clouds, nothing of concern except for a couple showers that might pass by during the evening, but otherwise looking like some pretty nice conditions. And moving into Saturday as well in the morning, literally not a single cloud in the sky, so really beautiful conditions this weekend. Back to you, Don.
Thank you, Rain. Nice job as always there in the weather center. So we'll see rain back here at 7:45 to check out your 7-day weather forecast and looking at some of the low temperatures for tonight. I mean, they were basically our high temperatures earlier in the week. So the low temperature is going to be at 53, 54. And, the high temperature on Monday and Tuesday was like 52, 53. So we're definitely in for a wonderful warm up here in the next, for today at least, and for tomorrow, it looks like. So get out and enjoy this wonderful weather. Finally, we've cleared out all this yuck and muck, as the G-Man says. get those two twins out of here and give us some golden sunshine. So again, I would also be interested to see. Have to see if John for next week can put in the drought monitor and see whether any of this rain has helped out with our rain gauges. I would imagine it certainly has helped, but whether we even need more than this, I'm not sure. I would imagine so, but things are starting to look a lot greener around these parts, so that is some good news. Also, good news if you like ice cream, head to the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. 908-272-3000 is the phone number. 22 North Avenue West, which is actually Route 28 in your GPS. Give Ralph a call for the best ice cream in the land in Cranford, New Jersey, right off the New Jersey Transit Cranford stop, right across the street. Walk off and go over and get some of the great ice cream here that Ralph has to offer. You can see these wonderful flavors here: S'moreo, triple strawberry, chocolate cookies and cream, vanilla chocolate strawberry. He has sugar-free options, vanilla. The frozen yogurt, I should say. Raspberry whip, Dole whip, they're all dairy free. The sorbets, I think he's running those down for the season. There's still maybe something left, but yes. So head over to Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery for the best ice cream in town. And you can see also these wonderful toppings. There's the marshmallow peanut butter, has the candied walnuts, as well as the fruit you can stick on to your sundaes. Same thing with Reese's Pieces, the vanilla chocolate strawberry, the vanilla, I keep saying vanilla, rainbow sprinkles, and the purple and the pink and the blue and the mixed colors, the blue and the yellow, and also the M&Ms. So he has a little bit of something for everybody here at the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. Again, 908-272-3000 is the phone number. 22 North Avenue West, Route 28 in your GPS. Cranford, New Jersey. Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery.com. We thank Ralph for sponsoring the Tri-State Traffic Show. All right, let's go back to the action here this morning. I want to dial in Connecticut because I think there's something happening north on the term on 95, probably in the area of about exit 6 or so, heading north. Looks like to me, I can't imagine why there's delays, but there are. Northbound. Okay, here we go. Road work until 8. That was close. So I knew something's going on by 6, 5, and 9. Oof. What's going on with that? There it is at 2. Parking lot conditions at Arch. Davis Ave, Indian Field Road at 4. Get up towards 5 is a parking lot. Again, there is the road work here at 5. There is the mass construction here at 8. What is going on here? And it's also slowing southbound traffic. Again, south usually slows up in this area to begin with, but it's extra heavy because of a lot of rubbernecking. People just not quite sure what the hell it is. So we are backed up almost back to the Westchester. We're almost into Westchester now, going north. South is heavy from 27 to 11, and then from 9 on over to just about 6. Parkway's heavy from 48 down through about exit 36. That's normal stuff there. But this northbound stuff, hopefully they clear this road work on time coming up at the top of the hour. Let's go to the city incidents. Let's take a look at that. Let's populate those incidents here. Overturned tractor trailer on Bedford Ave, Brooklyn. BQE. Where is that? Bedford Avenue. Well, just follow the pattern. Got to be here by the Williamsburg Bridge. Oh my, as the great Russ Meyer says. Oh my. Let's go to the camera. I'm going to bring in these cameras from the state. They actually show a little more full motion video here at 723. Let's dial that in. here. Well, there's eastbound here. That must be shut. Or at this point, that's got to be shut because there's nothing going there. Heading to the north. Little Wythe, Kent Avenue, Wythe. That's shut. Complete shutdown. Well, maybe the right shoulder is getting by. These trucks get out of the way. It's the very, very far right shoulder. It's underneath this overpass. That overpass is, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So that's the northbound side of your BQE, or eastbound on 278, as it's technically federally known as, but everyone calls it the northbound BQE. That's heavy here just before you get up to the Williamsburg Bridge, and just that far right shoulder is the only thing getting by. Now, once the hang with us a second just to see if these vehicles move, well, they're going to move over, but we'll get a better visual as far as what's going on with that. Let's go back to the maps as we wait for that, but you can see the damage done all the way back to the Prospect. And I think some of this may be a little, well, I don't know. I feel like there's something going on here too. Owl's Head Park. Owl's Head. So what this is also doing is word is getting out. I think it's making the belt the option for a lot of cars. That's why this is heavier than what it should be. This is all sun glare on the Staten Island Expressway this morning. So is the outer bridge into Staten Island with sun glare there until we get those sun angles and the times worked out here the next couple of months. That's why I think that the belt here is heavier getting through this section of Brooklyn as folks are bailing out from this. Again, to try to reconnect with the Van Wyck and then head north. Southbound is just drilled with rubbernecking delays all the way back to Queens Boulevard. It's just a parking lot, an absolute disaster. Let me, we're running that camera there. Out of that. Happening here. Crash just past Flushing Avenue. Well, yes, we know that. Kind of a neat shot because it shows all of the Gowanus, not all of it, but the majority through Industry City here. Let's see. Just I'm perplexed as why is this so heavy, and then it kind of opens up here. Strange how it's jammed in here. Camera was from today. Look, it was from a different time. Okay, so get out of this. And that, yeah, I think that's why the belt going east is heavier than what it should be for this time of the morning because of this major problem. West in the belt is heavy past the airport. The Cross Island is getting drilled from the southern on up to the LIE. LIE west through Queens is hammered. The Queens Midtown Tunnel is about 10. Same thing with the Eddie Koch. We go south on the FER Drive. That's busy here as you make your way out to the RFK Triborough. Southbound on the west side is busy. So is the westbound Grand Central at City Field. Grand Central is heavy both ways out through St. John's. Go up to the Whitestone Throgs Neck. Going back to the Bronx, so the Throgs Neck is heavier than the Whitestone, and then the Whitestone is heavier going to Queens than the Throgs Neck. Westbound on the Cross Bronx, same thing on the Bruckner here going south. That's a heavy ride in the typical spots. The Deegan is hammered right out of Yonkers. So is the Bronx River Parkway. North on the Hutch is really crowded getting into Mount Vernon. So is the Bruckner getting up into Pelham Parkway. Let's do our Hudson River crossings now here at 7:30. And with that said, what I think I'm going to do now for the next hour, we're going to put up all four sponsors. I'm going to put up all four sponsors now for us this morning. Give everybody a little equal time. So 45 at the George, 35 at the Lincoln, and 30 at the Holland Tunnel. So that. Let's go to Long Island now. Let's dial that in. Be dialing. It's amazing some radio commercials, they still say dial. Dials anything. No matching records. That's good news. We did Connecticut. Let's go to the Hudson Valley now. Rip Van Winkle. Weather related. That may be some of that fog. That may be some of the fog that Rain has mentioned earlier. So yeah, across Virginia to Conic, the shoulder is out by Peekskill Hollow Road and exit 25. Okay. Go back to the maps. We'll head out to Long Island. Now, this is just our normal delay both ways of the southern, basically from 16 on over to 28. LIE, we're heavy here. Getting west of exit 40 through right into Queens. And then north on the Meadowbrook is heavy onto the westbound northern as you connect into Lakeville Road. LI is heavy here at 135. Northern State getting west into 106, 107 is busy. LIE west of Deer Park Avenue to 110 is heavy as well. LIE is busy here at Vets Highway, so is Sunrise Highway. Let's go to eastbound on Sunrise Highway, heavy Hampton Bays, Southampton Watermill. Watch for that. We know about Connecticut, so let's go to Hudson Valley. The thruway going south of 14 down to across the Tappan Zee Bridge is heavy. East on 287 is busy, I should say, into White Plains. So is the Cross County Parkway this morning. Either direction out at the thruway, we are heavy. Rockland County, we're fine. Orange County looks good on 84. As we continue on now, let's go to is this the tectonic crash we mentioned before. Coming around the curve here at Peekskill Hollow Road, so that's why that's a little banged up. 684 is fine. Weston 84 heavy into the Brewster interchange, and then 684 Croton Falls, Purdy's, Golden's Bridge. That's a slow ride into Katona. So, as more and more folks are waking up this morning, getting out, we're starting to see our basically our normal kind of delays here populating across the board. Let's go to Pat. Oh no, trouble. Let's go to the path alerts now. Mandatory Hackensack River Bridge lifts scheduled for today, 10 a.m. to 11, and the second lift is 1 to 2. Impact North to World Trade. MTA. Let's see what we've got dialed in. 4 train, southbound 4, running with delays while you address signal problem at Bedford Park, Lehman College. Q trains, southbound Q trains are running with delays of their trains. Brakes activated at Lexington Avenue and 63rd. Rails this morning. Metro North is good. Some delays here in the Montauk branch. Montauk to Long Island City is 45 to almost an hour late through West Hampton due to signal trouble. Ooh, that's not good. Okay. Service changed in Port Jeff, 657 from Port Jeff doing Hunter's Point at 843. We extended to Long Island City this morning, so look for that. So transit for the most part is doing okay, except that one train on the Montauk branch, which got some delays because of signal issues. Now, should say New Jersey has just been getting hammered here this morning. Actually, we have to expand the list. There's so many incidents. Oofa. Let's see, 29 North, southbound. There was an earlier crash near Warren. It looks like a broken down bus in the center tube of the Lincoln. That's not good news. 5 northbound, exit 30. Again, we have that crash on the shoulder. All right, so let's go to the cameras here again. 7:35 is our time. Western Tri-State Traffic Show on Facebook and YouTube. Please jump in the comment section. Join us here this morning. Yep, there's that road work again. I don't know what they're putting in new drainage and everything else. So, get a little tied up there later this morning. 29. Some heavy sun glare, but I think everything is open. I think whatever the crash was at Warren is non-existent here. This is the tunnel entrance northbound there. That's busy. So that's kind of normal. Kind of normal traffic for this hour. Towards the area of two places. Let's go to 80 first. Let's go to 15. That's a parking lot with the sun glare. Wow, that's pretty ugly. 206, that's fine. It's getting into 202 at 43. Exiting on the right, but boy, that sun glare is wicked coming through 287. Sunglasses for the ride. We haven't seen sun here in almost a week. So it's kind of like, well, got to get used to driving in it. In Boulevard, there's Squirrelwood. The eastbound side here at Route 19. Madison Avenue with that sun glare. Wow, that is wicked. Route 20. Let's see what the Parkway camera looks like. That's heavy too with that sun glare. Out at 17, Hudson Street. 95. Let's check out that vibe. There. All right, let's go to 78. Look at Diamond Hill if this camera works. I don't know. That's fine. East is on the left. Here at Vauxhall, I imagine the west is starting to hit the brakes as it usually does, but that's going eastbound now out to the Parkway. Gosh, I wish that camera on by the Parkway would work. That's eastbound here at 24. Let's see. I think it's 78 at 280. No, 31, I should say. Maintenance. Everything's under maintenance. Okay. Let's see now. Hey now. Dial in Route 10 because sometimes you get delays here. Usually you do. Yeah, you look at that eastbound side, it's just packed in at 53. Back to probably Powder Mill. Eastbound that heads away to the traffic light. So bit of a stiff shot right there. 10. Continue over to, let's dial in Route 3 now. 21. Let's see what we've got here. It's fairly busy right. Wow, I think they actually changed that camera out. Look at that. Nice. Eastbound heading into Lyndhurst is busy. Eastbound here at 17 is heavy. Out to the turnpike. Yeah, that's really going west is actually heavier. I wonder if something happened there. I don't see anything. But anyway, normal delays through Patterson, Parkway. Parkway's heavy through Union County. Turnpike is heavy into 14. 287 building more volume at Edison. Again, now through Bound Brook and Piscataway. Down the shore, Parkway 1833 is good. Really, the biggest problem is this 295. Major mess getting into exit 30. Right. I'm going by DOT, the dots. What exit number is that? How do you not have the exit number? 29A? Okay, there's 29. There's 30, but there's no northbound exit for 30. It's only an entrance. Okay. Let's see here. 4255 is quite busy as well. 70 looks pretty good. 73 pretty crowded there in Mount Laurel. Let's dial this in. Head down the shore, Route 9. The Parkway is good. Cape May, Wildwood, Avalon, Seattle City, Somers Point, Atlantic City Expressway 55. So westbound on 24 is busy in the area of 78 up to the Short Hills Mall. So look for that. Let's dial in that Lincoln tunnels. Let's see what that is. I imagine that Lincoln's got to be at least almost an hour. Yeah. We'll go do a solid hour at the George Lincoln and a half at the Holland. Let's just put it at that. Here at 7:42. All right. Well, there's a slight break in the action. Let's go to the Yankees. Let's see what the schedule is for them. So game 1 starts next Tuesday against a team to be named later. So let's just do this. I think it's just easier that into the conversation. schedule. You know what? I better come off this because MLB, if they see it on YouTube, they'll probably sue me for using the page. So, no, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my. Oh my. Wow, we got a lot of teams in this playoff. Holy cow. Tomorrow is just a bonanza of baseball. So Phillies Cards at 2:07, 12 o'clock, a nooner, lunchtime affair there in Cleveland for the Guardians and Rays. Wow, how many teams did they put into this thing? This is crazy. So at Rays, Guardians, Phillies Cards, Mariners, Jays at 4, and then the nightcap is the Padres at the Mets. And then Saturday is another feast of activity for baseball. This is the best time of the year, let's put it that way, for baseball. This is the best. So you got a 4 spot tomorrow. You've got 4 games on Saturday. Sunday, you've got another 4. It is just crazy. Division series against the Astros, Dodgers, Yankees, and Braves. So is this flexed here as far as the wild card is concerned? Is it just a 2-game playoff or? No, it's got to be the best 2 out of 3. I mean, you got to give San Diego but maybe not. I don't get this. Wow, just a feast of baseball, a feast. Festival of baseball. It is nuts. Let's see here now. So I'm not even quite sure what the heck is going on with that. But what I do know is that Rain is waiting in the weather center. Sorry for the delay there, Rain. She has a look at our forecast and a look at our 7-day weather forecast. Good morning, Rain.
Good morning, Don. For our headlines for today, our rain is finally over. We've had several days of rain, feeling the remnants of Hurricane Ian, but that's finally over. And our temperatures are starting to warm up, getting into the 70s once again, making for a really beautiful week ahead. So for our commute forecast this morning, some foggy conditions, so just be aware of that when you leave this morning, and make sure to be careful while you're driving. And then for this afternoon and evening, looking like clear skies, nothing of concern. For today's highs, we can already see much warmer than it has been for the past few days. 74 in Sussex, Piscataway, Trenton, and Millville, 72 up in Milford, and 71 in Islip, 73 in New York. Looking like it's going to be a really beautiful day today. Tonight's lows, 53 in Piscataway and Trenton, 57 in Milford and Islip, and 56 in New York. Starts to chill down a little bit in the evening, but still nothing too crazy. And as we do our futurecast, for the remainder of today, looking like a really beautiful day, not many clouds in the sky. As we move into Friday, a couple clouds start to come by, and more specifically Friday evening, that's when we have a couple showers passing by, but really nothing of much concern. And then as we move into Saturday morning, looking like it's going to be gorgeous weather, not a single cloud in the sky. So definitely make sure, if you have the time, get out this weekend, do something outside. And as I step aside for your 7-day forecast, Thursday and Friday, high of 75. And as we move into Saturday, that's our game day here at Rutgers, looking like it's going to chill down a little bit in comparison to Friday, but still really good conditions, partly cloudy, And as we move into the rest of the week, sunny skies for most of the days, and our highs will be in the 60s and our lows in the 40s. Back to you, Don.
Thank you, Rain. Very nice job as always. We'll see Rain one last and final time at 8:15 here in the Weather Center. So really some great looking weather here over the past week, or for the next week, I should say, really. So get out and certainly enjoy. But, if you're going to go out to Friday Night Football tomorrow, or to the Rutgers game, the Rutgers game, I think, is in the afternoon. But again, for high school football tomorrow evening, definitely bring a jacket, because those temperatures are going to take a little bit of a nosedive into the mid to upper 40s. So if there's any kind of a breeze out there by the field, you're certainly going to need it. It could be a little chilly. But it is just perfect football weather. So get out and enjoy this weekend. Maybe do some apple picking or some fall activities. All right. So speaking of somebody who knows how to travel, it's certainly Darley Newman. And the rest of the broadcast is sponsored by all four of our sponsors. We saw the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery in the first half hour. Now it's Travels with Darley, wonderful program on PBS Great and Amazon Prime, Wonder Innovation TV's Journey. Definitely put that on your schedule. Set your DVRs for Travels Darley, wonderful travel program. Once again, Darley travels the world, giving you the best places to enjoy and find adventure. Lots of bike riding and hiking and all kinds of fun stuff. Also, a lot of history. Her and her talented team of experts are bringing you, a lot of historical information in certain areas, which really, I think, adds a lot of a big history buff, and certainly makes things more interesting, at least in my opinion, to all the different destinations, to hear, where these destinations have come from, how they got there, and the journey ahead. So tune into Travels with Darley. Go to our website, darley-newman.com, for more information. Also follow her on Instagram as well as Twitter and Facebook. We're also sponsored by Maxim Motor Cars, 973-620-9060. Give Nick a call out in Dover, New Jersey, out in beautiful Morris County, 303 West Clinton Street, which is actually Route 15. Give him a call. Customer satisfaction is job one. Let's show you some of the, again, as we mentioned before on this program, that, a lot of the vehicles that he sells are, has some high mileage, kind of older cars, but, not everyone can afford $40,000 for a brand new vehicle. Some of the offerings that Nick has here at Maxim Motors. He sold the RAV4 and he sold the HRV. So moving and grooving there. The Renegade is still available. The Frontier, the S2000 Roadster, and also the Pontiac G8 also be up for grabs as well. So again, Nick and his father Anthony handpick all these vehicles themselves. So they're picking the best of the best, the creme de la creme, as Dean Martin said, not the Dean Martin, but Dean Martin from Back to School. He handpicks each and every student, the creme de la creme, finest in the country. The C3 is for sale still, and the S60 is up for grabs as well. So again, not, we're a lot of folks can't afford that big price tag. These are affordable vehicles, station cars, if you want to call them that, kind of A to B in some cases, but it's a nice looking vehicles here. This one will save you a lot of gas as well. So give Nick a call at Maxim Motor Cars, 973-620-9060. Also, the Shaved Cave is another one of our sponsors. 1471 Raritan Road, 908-325-6283 is the phone number. Give them a call, and the fine fellas here over at the Shaved Cave will take care of all your manly grooming needs for a date night or a wedding, or just want to look fresh. They'll take care of things. Also, nice hot towel shave could do the body good sometimes. Yes, when you shave like I did. So give these guys a call. You definitely want to make an appointment because they're always busy. So just to, be mindful of your time and their time. Make an appointment. Give them a call. I think you can use the Google. Use Google to go ahead and process that request for an appointment here at the Shaved Cave. 1471 Random Road, conveniently located between exits 135 and 136 in the Golden State Parkway. Again, 908-325-6283. You can ask for my guy Omar. He's in the center, or any of the fine fellows here will take care of you. But again, definitely call and make an appointment because they are busy all the time. So we thank the Shaved Cave, Maxim Motor Cars, and Darley Newman for sponsoring the Tri-State Traffic Show. All right, so let's go back to our action here this morning at 7:55 now is our time. Again, we're going to a hard out here at 8:30 as we set up for the New Jersey morning show at the top of the hour of 9 o'clock. So I'm starting to see a pretty heavy ride here along 208 as you head south out of Midland Park on through Fairlawn, on into Fairlawn, Hawthorne, Fairlawn, even getting into Paramus is going to be heavy. Let's go to 4 both ways here at Hackensack Avenue is heavy. So is 80 in either direction into Route 19, 46, 23 into 80. We're back. This is pre-pandemic. We're just going to stop saying that anymore. I think we're finished with that. Lincoln Tunnel is about an hour. So is the George Parkway is just getting hammered here. I think something may have happened here. Check that out. It doesn't look. Let's see what we got. Parkway 144. North that heads away. North is moving away, is jammed. This is entering, exiting. No, overpass. That's south. I think there's something going on right in here, right before 280. If I had to take a bet that that is the case, let's go to the incident page, see if anything popped up. I'm going to say it's just, there it is. They're saying north to south of 143C. Closer to 144. So yeah, so that's right in here, right before 145, 145. Let's go to the tower, 142. That's jammed. So it could be 2 separate issues, but I definitely think there's something going on at 145, and they're saying just at 143. Be right in here, so it could be 2 separate issues. There is definitely something happening here before 280. It's got to be a stall or something just before the overpass. What is that? At Central Avenue here in East Orange. There's definitely something going on right here. No question about that. What that is, not sure, but I would say that there probably is a lane blocked. We've got heavy delays 19 through Newark. So is the Turnpike getting into 14 is heavy. Back through 13, almost just north of 12 now. Parkway's heavy through Colonia, into Clark, into Cranford, into Kenilworth. Eastbound 22 is heavy here at New Providence Road. Go to 287 both ways out through 12. 13 is busy. 78 with a lot of sun glare. Coming in from Lebanon into Bedminster. 80 is more sun glare and delays from 30 all the way out to 42. Goes 46 going east through Dover, passing, say hello to Nick over at Maxim Motor Cars. And then we got more delays north on 287 in Oakland. That's just sun glare because it goes eastbound here into 208. Parkway looks pretty good. 1833, Route 9. The Turnpike 195 is fine. Still with this crash here on 295, really messing traffic north of exit 29, all the way back through south of 26. This is well over probably an hour just to get through the Aljo curve, and it's also banging up 42 and 55 into Belmar, the other Belmar with a W. I believe I'm saying that correctly, unless it's Belmore. I should look into that, but I always called it Belmar. Let's see here now. but everything along the shoreline is good. Let's go back to New Jersey Transit here at 7:58. Everything's still operating on or close for transit. Good news. 7:40 arrival into Trenton is 30 minutes late. Close. 7:39 departure from Raritan is currently delayed. Mechanical issue 7:19 has got some delays there. 25 minutes late due to accommodate customer earlier canceled train. Okay, so 8 o'clock now is our time. Let's see, where do we want to go? Let's go back to the incident page, and I just want to run it down to see what's kind of, where we're hemorrhaging here the most. Crash in the Sadicos, LIE, 3634. Really, the biggest one is that overturned tractor trailer. So we basically connected the dots now, coming off of Staten Island straight up into Brooklyn. This is probably well over, oh gosh, this has got to be at least another 90 minutes worth of a delay because that flipped over truck just before the Williamsburg Bridge. So we'll go to that. Let's repopulate that camera here at the top of the 8 o'clock hour. You're watching the Tri-State Traffic Show on YouTube and Facebook. Please go ahead and leave us a comment and let us know where you're watching us from this morning. So let's bring this into play here. And there it is. It's underneath that bridge. Now everything is just completely stopped. I mean, there is like, oh, wow, look at that. There's almost like nothing left of that truck. Wow. Wow. I hope the driver got out of that because that doesn't look good at all. Wow. Okay. So that's what we're up against this morning. See if I can, I'll leave that up for a second. I'm just going to go offline here for a moment and just check. No, I was just looking to see if I could find any other photographs of an overhead shot of some type. You know what? Let's do this. Let's close out of this. Let's go to the DOTs. They're definitely, I mean, they're all DOT cameras, but I just wanted to sometimes, showing you those on the state website that actually have more full motion video than what the actual city DOT cams have. So let's dial this in. Dialing, be dialing, be dialing, be dialing, be dialing. Shooting too high here at Lee. No. Wythe, there's a better shot of it there. I think they're maybe facilitating getting the truck or whatever back up onto its wheel, getting it out of the way. So yeah, that's why that is completely shut now on the northbound BQE here. Wythe Avenue and the Williamsburg Bridge, or just before the Williamsburg Bridge. Big crash there this morning. So they've got, once again, everything is completely shut down to facilitate the cleanup of this crash. Hopefully everyone is okay in this collision, but as we leave that camera up, you can see just the catastrophic damage that is done to traffic back to Staten Island. That could be well almost 2 hours just to get up to the Brooklyn Bridge from Staten Island. The southbound side isn't much better from Queens Boulevard all the way down the line. You know, trying to get to the Battery Tunnel could be a half an hour or so. And that's why I think this Bell Parkway is heavier than what it should be, because people are bailing out of the Verrazano as getting word that the BQE is closed, that they're bailing through the South Shore of Brooklyn and making their way back up this way, reconnect points to the north and west. The Van Wyck is heavy here. Over at Hillside Avenue is busy. Let's continue over to the LIE is crowded here out of the Clearview. It's going to be a solid ride on over to just west of the fairgrounds. Grand Central is just jammed, rock and rolling there out to basically St. John's. Go to the Whitestone Expressway is busy there. Bruckner is just getting drilled, getting off the elevated section. Avenue. I wonder if something happened there. Crash on the ramp to the RFA bridge. I'll get that right. Let's see here now. The Deegan is heavy again out to the Cross Bronx. That gets back to Van Cortlandt Park. Heavy ride north on the Bruckner, getting out to Pelham Parkway is another crowded ride. So yeah, kind of for the most part normal volume. I mean, this be just catastrophic delays here on the Gowanus and the BQE. Again, that's all because of that closure there of the here at Bedford Avenue. That's the overpass of the full closure of the BQE heading north with this overturned tractor trailer or truck of some type. That's what it looks like to me. So it looks like they're trying to facilitate to try to clean it up, but now they've got everything completely shut now. Yeah, everything is completely shut. I thought maybe there was a squeezing a lane in there. Okay. Actually, in this shot, kind of interesting with the police cars, with the NYPD cruisers. This is actually a Chevy Traverse. I didn't think Chevy made a police package for. Well, I guess they do for NYPD, and that's a Ford Taurus. They're long gone. So let's see now. Wow, that is just. Again, hopefully, I really hope that everybody walked away from that. But just looking at the. I mean, that's why there's no traffic here. When people are coming off the Williamsburg Bridge, they're like, "Well, wait a minute, where is everybody?" It's really just a week ago. You know, people are just flying here. There's no traffic. You can see what this is doing here, Williamsburg Kent Avenue. That's the other angle that we were looking at. Again, like I said, sometimes the city DOT cameras have a better look at things. Oh, how ugly that is. Wow. 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 Wowzer. Bowser. Wowzer. Oh, there's another problem there. What's going on here? This is on the lower southbound side now has a crash. It looks like underneath the promenade, the cantilevered section here, taking out that left almost 2 lanes now. That would be right in here. Furman Street. Where is Furman Street? I think it's right in here. Right in here. Yeah, Furman. Right here. Right there. Yep. That's why we're just drilled back to Flushing. I mean, look at this Gowanus. Just there's no win. There's no win. Cannot win. Now the Gowanus is just jacked. Jacked. Look at this back towards Fort Hamilton Parkway. Across here. Go over to Fingerboard with Sunglare and just wow. Wow. Clove. How far back this gets. Renwick at the top of Toad Hill Road. Toad Hill is heavy. Victory's heavy. Well, it's loosened there, but you know, we're probably back as far as Bradley. That's where it starts. It starts at Bradley Avenue in Staten Island. It doesn't wrap up the delay until you get to Williamsboro, Brooklyn. Wow. Wow. Thing I can say. Holy cow. All right, so 8:11 is our time. Let's dial in Long Island now. I think something may have happened there on Sunrise Highway. West. 3634. That was the other crash we wanted to look at. Dial that in. There's the LIE crash at Searing Town. Taking out a couple of lanes. We'll take out the left lane and part of that HOV lane. Hopefully everyone's okay there. Ambulance is on scene this morning. So, yeah, so we're backed up there. On. Northern. Willis. There's the left lane shut there. Roslyn Road and 29. West, that's going east here this morning. That's going to be traversing east. With the issues there, let's take a look at that. So this westbound, LIE is back to west of 40. Eastbound side heavy just as you come into the LIE connector, it looks like, with some major problems with that crash being cleared. Southern State, a lot of heavy traffic there out to the Meadowbrook and the Wonton Parkway into 135 going west out of 109. Sunrise Highway is just really just jacked up here this morning. That's what I'm saying. I think there's a problem. Nothing reported though, so let's go out to that location. Traffic is stop and go. Stop and go. Not available. Look at that. Wow. There's definitely something happening here at the merge, although I think Inform is probably thinking that it's just normal traffic, but I don't believe that is the case. Could be, but I'm thinking there's something else going on. Yeah, I think there it is. Whatever it was, I think is now on the shoulder. Yeah, I think that may have been taking out a lane for a brief amount of time. That's going west. But it would be right in here. Yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at. All right, friends. So 8:14 is our time. Let's go to the northbound side of 95. Let's dial that in and see if that road work has cleared for us out between 7 and 8. There is a 3 in Arch Street. Where is the road work here at 8? Nope, it's still there. Heading north into exit 8 in Stamford. Wow, I wonder what happened. Wonder what happened there. Wow. Okay. Let's see here now. So yeah, that's the northbound side, all jacked and tuned here in the 8, and that delay gets almost all the way back in the almost gets all the way back into Westchester, back through Rye. I'm going to connect the dots here this morning, almost back to by Playland Park. Get worse before it gets better with this. We got now 2 lanes shut. Emergency repairs. Let's go to the incident page here this morning. Let's bring that in for us to peruse. Roadwork northbound till 10 o'clock now. Whew. Wow, that's stiff. So 50 down through 35 of the Merritt is heavy. 95 going south is heavy from 26 through 6. Wow, talk about a stiff shot. Okay, so with that said, let's go to the weather center. About a minute late to talk to Rain, and she'll have a look at our forecast and a 7-day weather forecast. Good morning, Rain.
Good morning, Don. For our headlines for today, our rain is finally over. We've had several days of rain, feeling the remnants of Hurricane Ian, but that's finally over. And our temperatures are starting to warm up, getting into the 70s once again, making for a really beautiful week ahead. So for our commute forecast this morning, some foggy conditions, so just be aware of that when you leave this morning, and make sure to be careful while you're driving. And then for this afternoon and evening, looking like clear skies, nothing of concern. For today's highs, we can already see much warmer than it has been for the past few days. 74 in Sussex, Piscataway, Trenton, and Millville, 72 up in Milford, and 71 in Islip, 73 in New York. Looking like it's going to be a really beautiful day today. Tonight's lows, 53 in Piscataway and Trenton, 57 in Milford and Islip, and 56 in New York. Starts to chill down a little bit in the evening, but still nothing too crazy. And as we do our futurecast, for the remainder of today, looking like a really beautiful day, not many clouds in the sky. As we move into Friday, a couple clouds start to come by, and more specifically Friday evening, that's when we have a couple showers passing by, but really nothing of much concern. And then as we move into Saturday morning, looking like it's going to be gorgeous weather, not a single cloud in the sky. So definitely make sure, if you have the time, get out this weekend, do something outside. And as I step aside for your 7-day forecast, Thursday and Friday, high of 75. And as we move into Saturday, that's our game day here at Rutgers, looking like it's going to chill down a little bit in comparison to Friday, but still really good conditions, partly cloudy. And as we move into the rest of the week, Sunny skies for most of the days, and our highs will be in the 60s and our lows in the 40s. Back to you, Don.
Thank you, Rain. Nice job as always. Very good to see you there in the Weather Center. We'll check in with the weather watchers for the weekend tomorrow morning at 7:15. Again, tomorrow morning is going to be another short morning. But again, as Loretta says, looks like today is going to be a good weather day. Yes, it does. Looks like it's going to be fantastic. Put the top down on the Corvette. I think it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful day today. So again, we thank Rain in the Weather Center for the forecast. We'll see the weather watchers tomorrow morning at 7:15. All right, we got 10 minutes left in the show here this morning, and we'll just kind of give you the highlights of where we are at. Northbound here on the area of 95 in Stamford is an absolute catastrophe because of emergency construction out through about exit 8, closing up the 2 left lanes. The other big hit here is this BQE. Look at this. I mean, that is something else. All of this red. We've got the northbound side still closed, and that's a Bradley. I don't want to do that. We want to go back to here. Let's do this right in here. So it looks like they may I feel like they let a little bit of traffic out. We just flipped over a tractor trailer on the northbound BQE. So this flipped over a tractor trailer north on the BQE this morning. As we get into the Williamsburg Bridge, that's what we're dealing with. So now everything is shut again. Honestly, I believe that they actually opened this because these two vehicles are different than it was the last time we looked at the video. So that's been basically, it's been shut probably at least for the last 20 minutes or more, maybe half an hour. Doesn't look like there's anytime soon, any ETA when we'll even get a lane open. But let's see what these officers are going to do here, whether they're going to get back into the vehicle. Let's see if they're going to open up anything here. Doesn't look like it. So we go back to the maps and you can see, look at the damage all the way back to the Goethals Bridge. That's how heavy. This is probably well over 2 hours from the Goethals to the Brooklyn Bridge with no traffic. Should maybe take you 20 minutes. It's just horrific, catastrophic traffic here through Brooklyn. And again, that's why this belt is getting hit hard, because this is all alternate volume coming out the Verrazano, heading to the South Shore of Brooklyn to avoid all of this mess. And also the southbound side is heavy now all the way back to Queens Boulevard, because there's another crash there by the Brooklyn Bridge, just as you get underneath the upper level, the cantilevered section of the promenade, with a crash taking out the 2 left lanes there. Midtown Tunnel is getting hit hard now too, about a half an hour. Now, if you're coming in from here, instead of getting on the BQE, you could pay the toll here at the tunnel. Sit in that for, I guess, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, whatever. And then take the FDR drive down and then get through the Battery Tunnel and bring it back this way to come on back. To avoid all of this mess, that could be an option, possibly. Or, for our friends on Staten Island, if you had to really get to Brooklyn, could go across the Bayonne Bridge and reconnect here to the Holland Tunnel and take that into town and then come back down the west side into the Battery Tunnel that way. Or make your way across the Brooklyn Bridge back in this side. So cut through New Jersey and come back in the end around sweep there to the end zone, possibly. But not much you can do when you've got, New York Harbor sitting right in the way. Let's see here. 8:23 is our time. Buenos dias, Anna. Sorry I'm late to the show. Technical issues on my end, probably squirrel related. Yeah, exactly. Squirrels back in full force, right? Looking to set up for the winter. These cooler temperatures. So there's our two major areas of concern. Three really is this BQE closed north just before the Williamsburg Bridge, westbound LIE, a crash here at Searingtown Road. That's closing up at least one lane. We've got the northbound side, again, northbound side of 95 in Stamford at 8. 2 lanes are out of service. That delay gets all the way back to 18 here, 19 Playland Parkway. In Rye, this is well over an hour plus as well. 287 getting hit hard off the Tappan Zee Bridge with sun glare. We've got just a bacchanal of traffic pretty much everywhere anywhere you slice it. It's just a disaster out here. Let's go to the Hudson River crossings again. We're here for the next 6 minutes with you. Take it right to 8:30. Go to the Hudson River crossings now. An hour at the George, an hour at the Lincoln, and a half an hour at the Holland. Again, there was that earlier issue at the Lincoln with the broken down bus, but that's gone. Let's populate this morning. We'll take a look at what we got here. Again, these alerts are still saying that everything is on or close to schedule. Okay, well, we know that, so then take it off. I mean, there's no reason to keep it up there anymore. 740 arrival into Trenton, 30 minutes there. Close, 719. 39 departure of Raritan is canceled. Okay. Go to path now. Let's bring in that page. The north to World Trade again. Newark World Trade, Journal Square, 33rd delayed. Mechanical problems on a train at Grove Street. So look for that. Let's go to MTA. Dial up that. Delays in the 4. Southbound 4 trains are running delays while you address the signal problem at Bedford Park Boulevard, Lehman College. The L train, 8th Avenue bound L trains are running delays while you address the signal problem at Livonia Avenue. Okay. Let's go to the rails. Still, as Montauk branch is banged up here, 45, 50 minutes late. So it's not going to get there probably closer to like 9:45 instead of in 20 minutes. So that's a bit of a tough deal there. Service change in the Port Jeff branch, 657 Port Jeff doing to Hunters Point Avenue at 843. We extended to Long Island City this morning. Okay. We got transit out of the way, but this is really the, well, they may be setting this up to allow some traffic onto the shoulder now. There's just a lot going on here this morning. There's a whole bunch of folks here on Bedford Avenue are all looking over the overpass to see what's going on. That's a different kind of rubbernecking. That's pedestrian rubbernecking. Wow. Anyway, so that's really the top story. Northbound BQE still remains closed at the Williamsburg Bridge or before it. Just pack your patience. I don't even know what to tell you. Maybe just leave later and just monitor, state channels and other media as we go off the air now here this morning. It's about all I can tell you. I just have no ETA as far as when they even may get a shoulder open, which I don't see it anytime soon. This, I believe, is a construction vehicle, a DOT vehicle, stopping the traffic from getting through. So, yeah, that's unfortunately we're up against. Hopefully everyone's okay in this, but being out there this long kind of just doesn't really bode well for that. But again, the driver could be fine. It just could be an extensive cleanup of this tractor trailer. All righty then. I want to thank everybody for dialing us in here this morning on a Thursday. We will be back with you tomorrow morning at 7. Again, another shorter morning tomorrow because of the New Jersey Morning Show. But now switch over to On New Jersey. And as we say that, I believe that the BQE has now just been reopened, the right lane or the acceleration ramp here off of White Avenue onto the northbound BQE. So they are now allowing some traffic to get through after this full closure for about the last 40 minutes or so. It's going to take quite a while. It's going to take a couple hours. I wouldn't be surprised that this traffic doesn't really ease out until well after lunchtime. That's how bad that is. So yes, so switch over to On New Jersey now this morning. Dial us up there for the New Jersey Morning Show. Myself, Kara, Christina, and meteorologist Mike Favetta in the Weather Center. We'll give you all the latest details and some fun on the New Jersey Morning Show, once again, starting at the top of the hour. We'll be back again with you tomorrow morning, starting at 7 o'clock. So have a terrific Thursday. Drive safely, please. Drive safely. And I think some of our delays, just a lot of our friends just forgot kind of how to drive in sunny weather with a sun glare. Not quite sure, but anyway, have a terrific Thursday. Drive safely. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.